Keymo Podcast. First real question. Should people live together before getting married?
No.
And explain why.
So. I wholeheartedly believe in that because next thing I know I'm married to you and now it's very difficult for me to get out of this. If I do not get along. Like, if we cannot agree on like how to keep the house clean and like just
it's part of getting to know your partner.
Like I need to know how you are before.
How are you in my space?
Yeah.
How are we in spaces together? I think it's important to figure that out. I don't think you should live together for years.
No, yeah. But
I think you should test that out before you're like, okay, like
before you jump in that water.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they refuse to move in first. They'd rather get married first.
Well, because I think a lot of times, like, once you move in, people get too comfortable with that. Like, you've already given them that so that they don't feel like they need to take the next step to really, like, commit.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
If I was a man and you would move in and act like a wife and I didn't have to make you one, I would do it too.
Yeah, especially men.
Why would
really
you not do it?
Yeah, I don't have to.
You're not making me not do it, so why would
not? But there's an extent. Like, I'll leave. I have no problem living on my own. Like, I
but then you've already committed years and years that you've lost, and
it's gonna be harder to walk away.
Mm-hmm. No, but I'm not saying that we're breaking up. But I'm saying like, all right, now I know how it is.
So you're not breaking up?
No, I'm moving out. We breaking up.
I'm
going backwards in relationships. If I'm moving out, obviously you're not serious about me. Why would I move out and stay with you?
What I'm saying is, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I would be open. Yes, like I have a problem with you not taking the next step after we did this, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm gonna move out. If you still don't get it, if you still not getting it, then yeah, we're breaking up. But if you are like, damn, I understand where you're coming from, like whatever, and maybe it takes a little time. Maybe I'll be open to like getting back together and reconciling. Maybe, yeah. You can't do anything about the lost time. Like, it is what it is. You were in that relationship for that time. I've been through that. I was in a relationship for 5 years, and eventually it wasn't working out, and I moved out, and I left. It is what it is. I lost those years, but what can I do about it? I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'm just going to move on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say sit and cry about it. I'll say take your experience and let the younger ladies know, don't do this, right? Like, learn from me. That's being wise. Taking stuff you see other people do and be like, don't want that, not doing that.
So what are you saying?
I'm not moving in with you before we get married.
Right.
It's not lost. If you want
lessons.
So
there has to be a ring here.
So what happens if you get married and it goes left?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That happens. That's a possibility. You have to understand, no matter how happy or blissful or perfect you think it is, that's still a possibility that one day it could just go left, right? So you can't try to like mitigate that. That's just
because what's going to happen is you're trying to fix
either way.
Things after.
But when you make the commitment before you move in, you're more committed to fixing the problems when you don't have an out. If we're not married, it's just like, I can move out of here with no consequence like that. We're less likely to sit down and be like, okay, let's really give it our best effort to work out.
Marriage do tend to make you work on it.
It's forcing you to, like, we are married. We made a public commitment to everyone. We spent all this money to get married. I'm not just going to leave on a rim because I'm mad. I'm going to sit down and we're going to do our best to work it out, take all the steps, whatever. But, I mean, the stats show it. People who live together before they get married divorce twice the rate than people who wait. So, I mean, that's what the numbers say. That's what people say. So, I mean,
wow, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I cannot. Me personally, I have to live with you first. Because it's so.
I can come over.
Financially,
you can come over.
Financially,
you can have a drawer. You can leave stuff over here.
Like,
I'll leave stuff over there.
But
you
not
feel me? But I lose my autonomy of. You ain't acting right, so I'm going home. Like, I lose that power when now I live here with you.
Right.
And so when things not going the way it want to go, you're going to be like, whatever, go in the room. No, I'm actually leaving. I'm leaving. And if you really want me, you're not going to want that. You're not going, you about to go outside?
Yeah, if you really want someone, you're
looking like that.
You will.
Like, you think nobody else going to notice? That's cute. Like, no, I'm gone. Like, nah, I don't. You don't run anything.
Like, you can come spend the night, but moving in, baby.
So basically, once let's say you get married, things go left, right? So you're gonna go through every avenue to make it work.
Correct.
Okay, so it's nothing that you won't do to make it work.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
It's like a lot. Yeah.
Listen, but we're the other party
what can you do?
Yeah.
That
It's not
you
just
have that
dating.
also because you might be willing to make it
I'm
work.
not
And
gonna go divorce.
That's the thing. I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's the people. It's your relationship that's gonna end. Decide what you're doing. If you're with a man who will give up on you because you got into a fight and you guys are living in the same space, then why are you with that man anyway? If he don't actually want to put in the work to stay with you and make this work and get to a point where you will get married, why are you with him anyway? So I would rather be with a man and take steps and to the point where we're like, you know what, I think I want a future with you. Let's see how this works living together. If it doesn't work and we don't know how to work together, whether it comes with fights and communicating and working things out without getting to a point where I'm gonna leave you and I no longer want to be with you in the future, why am I with you anyway? It's much easier to move out of an apartment than to get a divorce. And I'm gonna tell you that, and it's way cheaper too, because I've been there, done that, and you know what I mean? I would rather go through that step than go through the craziness of a divorce.
I just can't do the whole moving out and then moving out and then moving
Get
out
married
and then
first.
moving out. Like, I don't have any trauma with it because I never done it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like if a man is really committed to you, men show their love and commitment via where they lay their head, where they spend their money, right? And so if you're not really ready to invest in me, then you're not ready for us to take that next step. We could just be boyfriend and girlfriend and keep doing that, and you visit me, I visit you.
Yeah, that's it.
And if you're not ready to take that next step, like, there are other callers waiting in line, and don't
They don't
ever
like
think,
that. They don't
right,
like
don't
that.
ever think that, like, I feel like I need to make this work. Like, no man that's dealing with me ever is gonna think that I feel like I really need to do, like, you are the one that's feeling like you need to make this work.
Yeah.
But if you're with a man that you want to marry, don't you want to prove to him that he is worth the man? He is worth.
No, he already knows. That's why he's coming after me. I don't have to prove anything. I already know my value. You don't go into Louis Vuitton and be like, prove to me why this is $1,200. Like, either you can afford to buy it or you can't.
That's it.
Or you don't.
I'm not negotiating it with you. These are
No.
my standards. You're either going to get with it, you're going to get lost.
Okay, if you say it like that, you already have your standards, and he should know that.
Yeah, you should know it during the
So if
courting stage. Before you
okay,
even ask me to
okay,
be
so-
my
okay,
girlfriend,
okay,
you should be
okay.
getting to know me, figuring out if I'm the kind of woman that you want to invest in. And then if you know, you'll ask me to take that next step. And once you ask me that, I'm figuring that you know. Like, I don't know. I'm not.
Everyone, it's just difference of opinion. That's all.
Yeah, I
That's
just feel
all it
like
is.
women's standards should be higher, and the reason that these men act the way they are is because the standards are so low.
Exactly.
And they feel like,
breaks.
No, let's not break. I just seen a post today. It said more women have their own place than men, and that's really
That's
sad.
true.
Little Duval posted that today.
That's cool.
Is that true?
That is
That's
cool.
not
But what I'm
based on.
saying
I don't
is,
know.
That's what
But
I'm
if
saying. You have to
it
cite
is,
the
that's
story.
but
sad.
that in itself, to be honest, that can stop a lot of women from getting guys because if you feel like
Wait,
your
what can
standards
stop?
should
Wait,
like,
what could stand it?
Okay,
Stop
yeah.
having your own play?
no, that's regular. Everyone should
Okay.
have their own place.
Okay.
I'm just saying sometimes your standards can be so outrageous.
So what's outrageous standards?
I can't say because I don't. Me personally, I'm just saying. I don't care if a woman's a millionaire, if she's got $2. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because I tend to date people on personality,
Right.
not for money. I'm a little different. But I know a lot of women out here, their attitudes are up here. And a lot of guys are not going to climb up there because they don't think it's worth climbing up there.
The only reason they won't climb up there is because there's other women that won't make them.
Exactly.
Right. And
Exactly.
but
And that's what you're talking about.
That's what
That's
I'm
what you're talking
speaking
about.
of. If all the women said, we're not dealing with this bullshit anymore, they would have
But
to
you
change.
have
They would have to
women,
step up.
Men
That's
want
like women
access
getting
to
a
women.
union. Like, we're just going to unionize and...
Yes. Yes, we need to unionize. Yes. Like,
And make everyone
seriously.
climb with the ladder.
But we're not. That's never gonna happen because there's always gonna be
They're gonna find
some
somebody
desperate
who's
person
gonna-
somewhere
yeah.
that just
I
wants
don't
the
think
attention.
they're desperate.
Yes, they are.
I just feel like...
They're desperate.
They're
No, no,
settling
no.
for
Yes, they are.
anything, so it's being
They're not
desperate.
happy and whole in
Yeah.
their
No,
singleness
because
and
some
in their
women,
selfness.
some women
settling
just
for
feel
anything.
like they should have a lot of standards. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
But
they need to be realistic, of course,
Yeah, but just because
based on your
this lady has a lot of standards,
desirability, politics,
doesn't mean-
and where you are socioeconomically. All of these things, like, keep it realistic. But
Right.
But whatever type of man you get at whatever level he's at, he still needs to meet
What's crazy? I was on Instagram, I think 2 days ago. It was a Spanish lady on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
A guy was interviewing her. And he asked her a simple question. What would I have to do to get someone like you?
Mm-hmm.
She said, nothing. She said, I'm a regular woman. I can ride around in a vehicle with you and be happy. I can go anywhere and eat with you and be happy. So, looking at her personality, and some women be like, if you don't take me here, or you don't woo me like this, you can't even get in my space.
Right.
But that's the mistake a lot of women are going to make, because you might end up with someone that's detrimental to you.
Then you need
No,
to pick
it's
a better
actually the
mate,
opposite.
though. I think that these people
That's why they're going on dates after
It's
dates
the
after
opposite,
dates
though.
after dates.
You saying, instead of making a man take me on a proper date, I will let him take.
So what's a proper date?
What's
a proper date?
She said, what's the
no,
requirement?
She said, no, what she said is no requirement. You can take me.
Why is there no requirement? What of value
She
do you know that there's no requirement?
No, to her.
What?
To her.
Then she doesn't she doesn't feel like she has any
No,
value.
because she said she can go on an expensive date and she'll be happy.
Okay.
She can go on a regular and be happy.
Okay.
It doesn't matter as long as she's with him. If you see what I'm saying?
Like, as long as he's making the effort to take her
Exactly.
That's that whole debate that's been on social media about the girl who got upset because her man took it, the guy took it to Cheesecake Factory.
That was a skit.
I'm not paying for your friends.
I like cheesecake.
there was no
friend.
Oh, I
She
thought
said
it was the guy.
She wasn't
No,
gonna on
it was a
Thursday.
guy with she had like 12
No,
homegirls.
that's silly too.
No, that's different. This girl just said that she didn't want to go. She was ignorant, first of all.
Mhm.
But she just said she didn't want to go to Cheesecake because it's a chain restaurant. That's not what she meant. What she meant is that she wanted to go to Cheesecake because it was not a 4 or 5 star restaurant. Because saying chain restaurant doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
Okay? Like, Morton's is a chain restaurant and it's a 5-star steakhouse. So that's not what she meant. She was being ignorant.
Okay.
She wanted to go to somewhere a little more high class. I don't know why, because she wasn't dressed high class. She didn't look like she wanted to go anywhere, but
She
I mean, maybe you should
conveyed-
turn her to the Bonefish Grill with the way she was dressed.
Oh my!
I don't know.
She said it's
Bonefish is grilled. Their imperial salmon is delicious.
They're
But
good. They're good.
no, seriously, she's trying to act like she was dressed to go to like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, girl, like you
going
look
to
like,
cheesecake.
you look like,
And this went viral on
like
social
the
media?
Yeah.
This went viral?
It's been a whole thing. There
It's
was
been
like
a
a whole
whole
list.
list,
They
yeah.
made a list of like what are
take me on first date.
But
not
that's true.
Oh,
appropriate.
yeah, I've been seeing those lists.
I mean,
Wow.
I've been taken on a first date to the cheesecake.
What's wrong with that? I like the cheesecake.
That's the thing. I feel like everybody categorizes everybody to be the same. Like, what is appropriate to one woman may not be appropriate to the next woman.
But
But then
some
it's like,
people
who
are-
are you dating? If you're a woman who is okay with going to Cheesecake, you should be dating a man who's okay to go to Cheesecake. If you are a woman, like, why are you dating somebody who wouldn't take you where
I just feel
you
like
want to
you
go?
should take, I just feel like a man should be able to take you anywhere and you be happy.
I just think that you
Not
should.
McDonald's.
No,
I like the
I
whole,
get what you're saying.
context of a man should be able to take you anywhere. Like, no,
Not
a man
anywhere.
should not be able to
Not
take you
anywhere.
anywhere.
you need to
He
get
should
to know
put
who you're
time and
taking
effort.
out. If you don't
Of
know
course,
me,
a man is going to put effort in. I'm just
Time
saying.
and effort's not cheesecake though. There are babies at
How is it
cheesecake. We're
not?
trying to have an intimate conversation. Yeah, and there's families and there's kids. Like, it's not a date spot to me. It's just
Cheesecake.
not a date place.
Okay.
It's a family restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for
Let
me,
put it like that.
it's just not an appropriate place when want to have a romantic, intimate moment with someone. But price point wise, there are other places comparable in the same price range that just aren't family style restaurants that are more for dates.
Because I saw the list that was going around social media. I'm like, if we can't take you anywhere, it's like 200 places. Where are they? I'm going to take you.
If you can't go to Bella
It's
Noche's,
like,
where can you
Bro,
go?
it was like 200 places not to take a woman. I'm like,
They
what?
said the movies. I was appalled.
Well, the movies
Well,
wasn't
no.
really a good date either
it's not.
because you
So
can't talk.
it was
You can talk
first.
after the movie.
Yeah,
It was
after the movie.
first
But you
date.
can't talk during the movie.
It was a first
You don't
date.
like it. It's first
It's
date.
first
It
date.
was
It's first
the
date. It was
period.
first date.
Oh,
I would go to
It was
iPick
first
on a
date.
first date. The drinks are good.
Yeah,
The
and the
food
food
is-
is mid.
I
Yeah.
was like, man, these women are
And then
insanity.
afterward, we could go to the bar and have more drinks and talk about the
They
movie.
had the bar
talk
on
about
the,
things
they had
that
the bar
touched
on
us.
that list.
They had a bar on there too.
You can't
go grab drinks. I always grab drinks with
They
friends,
had a coffee
dates,
shop on there. They
whatever.
had too many. So
Yeah,
I
it
think
was a lot. Like,
Well, I'm not going for a coffee.
They said coffee.
I don't drink coffee, so.
But I think, again, like I said,
It's different.
Who are
If
you?
you can bring coffee to my job, and I'll come down and get it. And we can chat and we can drink coffee together.
But that would be
Yeah.
appropriate for a first date.
Not
for you?
at her job.
That's not a date. That's just a
But that's what I'm
preliminary.
saying. So again,
Okay, so
preliminary intro.
So let's break this down. What's a good first date? Because I really want
Me
to.
personally,
personally,
I
you.
think a great date would be he picks you up, get dressed very nice. He has reservations at, like, let's say Louis Bossy Fort Lauderdale outside in the back.
Okay.
Right? Dinner there, you leave there, we go to rooftop one, we have drinks over the city and have conversation.
What about you, Kelly?
I've been to those
What's the first? What's the?
So-
But that's people who know Florida. If you don't know Florida,
No,
you're
but
fine.
you pick
Right.
some places that is affordable. If you can't afford that, you shouldn't be going out on a date.
Okay, let's go to Keely next. What's the good first date?
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody says first date has to be a restaurant. I don't think a first date has to be a restaurant, but I want to know that you have taken the time to get to know who I am before you
Okay.
ask me on a date.
Like,
I've had a
like-
man who asked me on a date and wanted to take me to a steakhouse, but I'm vegetarian. Why are you taking me to a steakhouse?
Oh, he didn't.
So now you're about to take me to this fancy restaurant because you're trying to woo me,
And I'm not gonna
and I'm
eat
about to order a side
Ruined
salad.
the whole thing.
So now I'm like, so when we were talking and I told you that this is what I don't eat, you didn't listen. So now I don't want to go on a date with you because you didn't take the time to get to know who I was.
Exactly.
So my point there was more so, did you get to know me before you asked me
No,
on
he
a
didn't.
I
date?
agree with that.
You know what I mean? So I went on a first date one time. We went to the Yellow Green Farmers Market in Hollywood, and to me that was amazing because you knew that was the vibe I liked. We went shopping. We found some stuff. We went to a cute little vegan spot, and we had lunch, and then we went out. You know what I mean? Like we had a whole day of it. But
he paid attention.
he knew exactly what I wanted to do, where I like to go, and we connected. And we were able to do that. And we were in a setting where we were able to talk, get to know each other, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Going to a nice restaurant, for sure. That's my vibe. I like going to nice restaurants all the time. But I'm not going to say if you don't take me to this restaurant. You know what I mean? So I agree. Louis Bossy, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
You're not spending Uber money, but right, we're not at a...
It's like a middle.
Yeah.
It is.
It
So
is.
I get
Decent.
I get people saying like they don't want to go to cheesecake for a first date. Like that, I think it's just like you said, you're in a family restaurant.
Okay.
So
Family
that's
friendly
what it
setting,
is.
yeah.
But
That's
I think
fair.
people were taking it as like it was too cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, you weren't being cheap. I think it was more so the thought behind the
environment,
restaurant.
yeah.
Did you
Okay.
pick?
Well, the skit actually where it turned out, I don't know if it's the skit or not, but what they said is that she was late. They had reservations somewhere else.
Yeah.
I heard
And
that.
she was an hour late, so they missed the reservation.
Right.
So he was like, "Well, it's
That's
later
her
now.
fault.
The
Yeah.
only place we can pull up, and I know we can get a table is the Cheesecake Factory."
Right.
But I mean, I feel like I
probably
believe in
you.
pre-dates. I don't believe in actually even
What do you mean
Go-
pre-dates? What's
like
that?
I believe in like working up to the date.
The getting to know you
Spontaneous,
period.
spontaneous.
so,
Girl, put me on.
You
the
got
time-
to know
so,
me.
but it's not
Spontaneous.
a date though.
Yeah.
So like
You're just
we'll
getting
talk
to
on the
know
phone.
me, yeah.
You can
You
bring
came and
me
brought me
co-
coffee.
You can
I
bring
get
me
you.
coffee,
Right.
or we
That's
met
the
at the
getting
gym.
to know you
We
period.
worked out together at the gym, and then we talking on the phone. We're really getting to know each other before we
Right.
get to the point where we go on an
Because you're seeing
intimate
what I like
evening.
and
Exactly.
learning
Date.
what I like that.
And some people shouldn't even make it to the date because after you have like 2 conversations with them, 2 FaceTimes, and they bring you food or coffee to work, like you've talked to them enough to know, okay, now.
Exactly. No, I agree with
So
that.
there's no reason for us to go on a date because
Okay, I'm gonna ask this
you
question.
ain't-
I'm gonna ask this question because a lot of guys gets this screwed up.
Hmm?
If he doesn't make reservations,
What is
because
that? That's not a date.
What do you mean?
that's what I'm saying.
Walking in.
A lot is over, right? It's completely
That's
different.
not a
You didn't
date.
plan.
You showed no preparation.
That's
You can't
because
leave
guys
nothing.
do that. They tend to do that a lot.
No, because if I'm gonna take time to make sure I am ready, I look good, I smell good, my hair done, my makeup's
Yeah.
done, and I'm arriving on time, and
You
you
gotta
didn't make.
wait in line.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's
No.
no.
Yeah, no, I think that open table works pretty well.
Pretty simple. easy to use.
It's everywhere, and you can
Mhm.
simply go on there and you can get your points as well.
You don't even have to talk to nobody.
Okay,
You just
and just make your reservation right online.
Mm.
It just make it easier. Like you want to have a good time, so you should make a reservation.
Mhm.
But you
Unless
don't-
unless it's a place that doesn't take reservations,
Mhm.
like the Cheesecake Factory. No, for real, they don't take reservations.
They better not
So
bring
that
a
should be the
Cheesecake
sign. If you can't make a
Factory.
reservation, you
They
ain't
don't
taking me
take that.
there.
They don't take
Hey, do
reservations.
not Take her to Cheesecake Factory, guys.
She don't want to go there.
Unless the only way I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory is if it's in a nice mall, right?
Okay.
Because I'll go to Cheesecake, we'll eat, and then after that we need to go walk off.
What if he got his kids with him?
Through the mall, his kids. What? I thought you said a date.
Yeah.
No. I would go.
If he can't bring his
The
kids with him?
cheesecake would have to be a lunch date. I would never.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
We can do a lunch date at the mall, and then after we leave the date, we go walk the food off in the mall, and then ooh, I see something that I like.
So lunch date is a little
Oh,
different
okay.
from
I
dinner
see where
dates.
you want.
Oh, for sure.
A lunch date is a little different. From
Yeah, a
dinner.
lunch date's more like
Getting to know you.
Right.
That's a pre-date.
I don't know if I'm
So y'all are not too
Yeah.
hard on the lunch date.
Yeah, no, lunch day at Cheesecake at the mall, and we go walk around. Maybe I see.
It's a little more casual. I feel like a
perfume
dinner
that I
date
like.
is a little
Yes.
Yeah.
more intimate.
More thought put into
And
it.
then
Yeah.
we're gonna get you start on your spending track right here.
Yes.
Because I don't believe in the 90-day rule. I believe.
Okay, another big thing that was on the
Yes,
internet.
the
Another big.
$5,000 rule.
Yes.
Baby, that's it.
Another thing that was.
You don't give nothing.
Another thing that was going viral
What?
is what should be the price for a first date.
Listen, everyone has a different social.
Oh, of course,
economic
everyone, but
stage.
what should be
So
minimum?
there's no price. It depends on where
It
you
depends on
are,
the guy.
where your income is, where that man's income is. If he
So
makes
what if his income
70K,
is-
100K.
Okay,
like, where-
let's say his income is 100K and he's
Okay.
just put $200 on you.
Okay,
You're fine?
fine. What do you mean?
Fine with this.
No, that sounds reasonable for like a dinner. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking if it's
Yeah,
reasonable.
200. Yeah, 200 is reasonable for a dinner.
See, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's
Are
not
we
bad.
doing anything else after?
Oh,
More
whatever.
than likely.
Well, it depends if
It
it's a
depends on
good
the
date.
vibe.
We could go
Yeah.
for drinks somewhere else at another bar and like keep the night going,
Right,
or
right.
I can just call my car, send me home, or take me home, or drop me off. You know, it's nice seeing you.
I'm not gonna lie. I went on a date. I think it was like
Let me know when you
like a year and a half ago. I went on a date with this young lady. Nice, and the vibe was so bad.
What was wrong?
The restaurant was cool. All she talked about was how she wanted a husband for her son.
What?
All she talked about.
But this is like
And I'm sitting there like-
coaching.
Wow, that's true.
I'm sitting there like,
That's true.
I understand you got a kid. That's cool. I understand the
She
father
was doing
wasn't-
her interviewing process, and you
I-
just wasn't part of that. So you
I
learned
was-
that you did not
No,
want to
but
be that.
it probably would have been
Yeah.
cool. I love kids, but I don't think on a first.
But don't, yeah,
date-
you need him
You
to invest in you. And then,
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
she does not care about what
That's
you
You
care
see what I'm
about.
saying?
Women have to stop thinking
I
that
love
men
kids.
do not care about what you care
I
about
love
if they
kids.
don't care about
Yeah,
you.
I love kids.
Don't tell them their
But
problems.
don't on the
The problems
first.
they don't
You
give
just.
Because they 9 out of 10 they just listening to you like.
Yeah, because it went from me sitting there. It went from me sitting there. Everything she was saying was going in here and just coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't care about you, he don't care about your problems. He don't care about you. He
You
doesn't
literally-
care.
I was literally
You have
like,
to get him to
I was
buy into
literally
caring
like-
about
You
you.
should've shut up.
I asked for the check. I was like, I paid.
You're like,
I don't,
it's a good night.
I'm like,
It's a
yeah. She's like, you're ready to go. I'm like, yeah. Bro, because I love kids, but it's like,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Can we talk about?
I'm like, bro, 5 minutes into it. I'm like, y'all.
Well, she was
Just let me
letting
meet
you know.
you, dude. You know, just let me meet you.
She was letting you know this is what I want.
No,
You
but
can't
I
do it.
understand. She was putting it out there.
But
like,
she put it out there.
but I
too,
understand
like,
where she was coming from. Like,
She's too
I don't want you to
excited.
play with my time.
Mhm.
I'm letting you know it's me, my kid. You know what I'm saying?
But like, damn,
I have
you
nothing
enjoyed
against
her
that.
stage?
Let me tell you something. If you were into her, you would have been into
No,
her.
it's not. It's not. Not
No, you were
necessarily.
into her.
No, that's not necessary. Because
You were into her.
Yeah, but
that was
she
my
wasn't
first
a
time
10.
meeting her.
She wasn't a 10.
Yeah.
Men overlook a lot of bullshit for 10s.
Facts.
What if? I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you
my
didn't
person.
say nothing.
Word of God, some of
No,
the
I was
most
trying my
toxic
best
shit.
not to be rude.
But
I really was. I was really trying my best.
They do be mutton.
She just went
Real bad.
right into it. I'm like,
I didn't even get to ask you how your day was.
exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, like,
So,
I hear
what's your favorite color? Like,
nothing. Just
I can't.
straight into it.
Listen,
what I
Emma
mean.
did not have time to play, and she wanted to go straight to
yeah,
where
but
it-
she's wasting time doing stuff like that. You
But
might
you-
as well have
You're
stayed
gonna keep
home.
talking to people,
But I guess she
and
ate
they're
for
gonna
free.
keep like you don't.
Hey.
You
Did
don't.
she eat for free?
A win is a win.
Yeah, she ate for free. I paid for
But
it.
she
Right, a
not
win is a
just
win,
actually
right?
just letting
Because
it
she
in.
wasn't getting the
That's
same.
a lose, man.
And
That's
me
a
talking
lose.
to her, she was like, I've been on several dates and the guys never, I should have known. Like,
Because it's
What? Why would she tell you that? Coaching. Some women need, and men.
You guys were
coaching.
friends.
No, we were
A lot
not
of people
friends.
gotta
We were
stop.
not
The
friends.
fact that she was that comfortable.
It's not that. We were talking on the phone. We was, it led up to a date. But what I'm saying is, certain stuff shouldn't be said on a first date. I'm just keeping it real.
She thinks saying that she's like policing the situation, and unfortunately that doesn't work. She's like, if I let the man know from the beginning what I want, what my expectations is, then that means some delusion in their mind.
And that's why they
he's
all
gonna
run
meet
away.
my expectations. He's gonna. I'm teaching him. I'm telling him how I want to be treated.
Facts.
It doesn't
That's
matter
like you
what
on a
you tell
date,
them.
and 5 minutes into the date, he was like, I just paid for the dinner. You gonna let me hit after?
Oh.
It's the same thing. How would you feel?
I mean, even if I wanted to let him hit, I'll be like, no. Like, why am I leaving now? Like, what the hell?
Because it sounds degrading. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't even let it vibe and let it get there. You gonna let me hit out.
Leaving now, baby.
Oh.
Get a check right now.
Call my car, please.
Right. Call my car.
Because he's making it known like I don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's certain stuff.
I'm not even saying bye at that point. Like,
He's just out.
You just get up and
Just tell him you have a good night.
yeah. Get home safe. No, you don't have to text me and ask me that. You get home safe though.
All right, that was a great topic. We'll be back.